With all the hype around GTA 6 currently, I figured it'd be fitting to talk about the game itself. These are my expectations of what we can probably expect, or at least hope for, with the upcoming GTA 6. Now, before we get started, let me explain the origin of what kind of sparked the idea for this video. Tom Henderson, a reliable game leaker for games including Battlefield, Call of Duty, and of course, Grand Theft Auto, recently put out a statement declaring that the official release date of Grand Theft Auto 6 was to be expected for 2025. Now, this news was, of course, not taken lightly, as many fans of the series were extremely disappointed in hearing it. Fucking rain. When I first heard the news of the so-called official release date, I was not too surprised, but with that in mind, don't think I wasn't upset. GTA 5 has been an amazing game. However, many fans, including myself, have been eager for the sequel. I mean, the game has been out for many years now, and it can get very boring playing the game for even just a small amount, like 30 minutes. Most people have deserted the game in hopes to find a new one to play, and maybe get their mind off of the boredom of GTA 5. Many people have also taken to modding the game, which brings me to my next topic. Now, to put it in a perspective to people who have never experienced modding on GTA, a good example would be this right here.
He's on fire.
Hit him.
I just hit him.
I'm gonna hit him. Hit him into you. Or hit you into him. Oh, what the fuck?
I'm in the water.
You are fucking gone. What you just saw was a video where the person in the video witnessed mods in the game for themselves. If you play on PC, this kind of stuff isn't new to you. However, if you play on console, or if you live under a rock for that matter, then this is probably a little confusing. The fact that stuff like this is available to any player just shows the current state of GTA 5. Now, I do of course recommend that you do not mod in GTA, or if you do, that you use story mode based mods, as modding online will most likely result in your account quickly being terminated. I immediately deleted the account after this video, so don't worry. Now, GTA 5 has given us a very wide variety of vehicles to choose from. Some being slightly more expensive than others, but we still have a very large variety to choose from. However, many players have complained that the cars are not as good as they should be. Many of those same players have asked for Rockstar to instead switch to real-life car models, as that would be obviously more realistic and more fitting to the game. However, Rockstar actually has a reasoning as to why they have yet to do this. GTA is, of course, as we all know, not a family-friendly game or franchise in the slightest, with strippers, guns, and various other ways to just completely break the law. Car companies have declared, and they told Rockstar themselves, that they do not want their cars used in their game. This reason being because they don't want their cars to be affiliated with gang activities, drive-bys, and other illegal activities. With GTA 6, however, many people are hoping for at least the vehicles to be cheaper and reliable. One example of failure to be reliable is that the cars always seem too light and lose traction very easily. If you've ever been driving any type of car in the game, you'll always notice that if you take one turn just slightly over the speed limit that it's desired to be taken at, your car just spins out of control and you lose traction, and you're probably going to be pretty disappointed in the look of your car after that incident. GTA 5 has blessed us with a pretty big map to explore. However, many players, including myself, believe that the map is too small and that it's not as good as it could be. Some stated that the map even was too easy to memorize, or that it doesn't depict what California really would be like. Some saying that the weather isn't as good as it should be. For example, the snow. Now, of course, we only have snow around Christmas time, because other than that, what else would they do for Christmas time, you know? But like, even wildfires. Wildfires should be a natural thing that happens. Maybe even not in online, but at least in story mode. Wildfires need to be introduced, because I'm sure everybody knows this, especially if you live in California. Wildfires are very common, as well as earthquakes. So one thing we would like to see from GTA 6, and I'm sure many others can agree with me on this, is more diverse weather. even tornadoes, which, I mean, I'm not sure how common tornadoes are, but that brings me to where the map is supposedly going to be located and based in. Leaks suggest that the map will be based on a modern Vice City from the game Grand Theft Auto Vice City. Not only that, but leaks also claim that the map will be taking inspiration from the popular game Fortnite, which we all know. I'm not going to say love, because 50% of the world population hates the game, and myself included. But the map will also slowly change over time, just like the game Fortnite. So players always have something new to look forward to every update.
Oh shit, here we go again.
I think we can all agree that GTA 5's NPCs are, well, questionable, to say the least. GTA 6 leaks suggest that NPCs are going to be programmed with much better technology. I myself hope that they add more detail into the NPCs' actions. One example of this would be how in GTA 4, medics would, instead of what they do now, they would put the injured civilian into their ambulance before driving away, whereas in GTA 5, they decide to, well, do this. The current housing choices in GTA 5 are not bad, to say the least. However, many players, including myself, are disappointed in the small range of options. Many of the apartments and houses, for that matter, are not only expensive, but the price you pay is useless when you consider the fact that the only reason it's more is because it has a slightly different interior. Eclipse Towers, for example, has its highest pricing set at $1,100,000, and that's because its interior is slightly different from the one for $400,000. Now, don't get me wrong, it's always nice to have an interior, but one thing that is a problem when it comes to new players wanting an apartment is they will always go for the most expensive option. Of course, they'll buy a cheap apartment, but then they'll see that they have enough money to buy a more expensive apartment. And then they'll say, ooh, I can probably get a bunch of advantages out of this. And they'll buy it. And then most of the time they'll be very disappointed. We can only hope, however, that in GTA 6 we have the ability to not only preview the apartment or take a tour of the house or the apartment for that matter, but also have the ability to use the apartment for things other than sleeping or showering, and have more diverse options when it comes to the heists. Maybe even design our own interior. However, that has a very small chance of happening when you put in consideration what Rockstar has already done with GTA 5. Businesses in GTA are very important. They are the main income for many players. That includes weed sales, methamphetamine, cocaine, all of that stuff. Many of them are just not paying enough as they should be. They don't pay enough money to the players who put in all the work for it. Now, one example of this would be the biker businesses. Everybody claims that biker businesses are a great way to earn money. And now, while that is somewhat true, that's only true if you put in much more work than what should be required. It can take hours just to fill up. I don't want to do your prison break heist. It can take hours to even get half of your businesses set up. And now that's for new players. Of course, more elite players and more experienced players in the game have their ways of getting around this time. Whether that be glitches or different vehicles they can use to their advantage, or friends they have to help them along the way, or even mods for that matter. What we can hope from GTA is that the businesses are much easier to take care of. Now, of course, we don't want to just walk into the business, set it up, take 10 minutes to get all of the product and then sell it for a whopping amount of money, because that would obviously be way too easy and that would be boring. While it'd be a great way to make money, it would also be very, very boring, as I'm sure that Rockstar will probably add pretty good ways to get money. Now, I could go on and on about more things that we can expect and hope for in GTA 6, but I'm gonna assume that this video is probably long enough already. So if you wish to see a part 2, then please like the video. And also, while you're liking it, consider subscribing. As it's free, it only takes a couple of clicks, and you can always unsubscribe if you ever wish to do so. I'll have a link in the description for the websites I used, as well as the footage from the other YouTubers featured in this video. Anyways, have a good rest of your day, and I'll see you in the next video. Peace.